For centuries, the human heart remained one of medicine's greatest mysteries. Invisible, untouchable, and terrifyingly unpredictable. One moment, a person could appear completely normal. The next, their heartbeat would suddenly slow down, pause, or stop entirely, without warning. People collapsed in streets, fainted during conversations. Some never woke up again. Doctors called it heart block, but naming the condition was easy. Stopping it was almost impossible. In hospitals across the world, patients lived in constant fear, not because of pain, but because at any second their own heart could betray them. And once the rhythm failed, death often followed. At the time, medicine had no reliable way to control a failing heartbeat. Doctors tried experiments using electricity, but the machines were enormous. Cold metal boxes connected to the human body with thick wires. Some devices filled entire hospital rooms. Patients were trapped in beds, unable to move freely. And even then, survival was uncertain. Most experts believed the human heart was simply too delicate to control artificially. Then, a tiny mistake happened. While assembling the circuit, Greatbatch accidentally picked up the wrong resistor. One small electronic component, the kind of mistake most engineers would simply correct and forget. But when he switched the machine on, something strange happened. The device began producing a rhythmic electrical pulse. Beat, beat, beat. Slow, steady, human. Greatbatch froze, because what he heard sounded exactly like a heartbeat. In that moment, he realized something extraordinary. What if this tiny electrical pulse could keep a human heart alive? At the time, thousands of people around the world were dying from dangerous heart rhythm disorders. Some hearts beat too slowly, others stopped without warning. And once the rhythm failed, there was little doctors could do. Greatbatch believed his accidental circuit could become something revolutionary. A tiny machine, the human body itself, quietly sending electrical signals to keep the heart beating normally. The idea sounded impossible. Many experts doubted it would ever work safely. Some believed the body would reject the device. Others feared the battery would fail inside the chest. But Greatbatch refused to stop. He partnered with surgeon William Chardak. Together, they worked relentlessly, day after day, testing circuits, improving batteries, making the machine smaller, safer, more reliable. Every failure pushed them closer to success. Then, finally, in 1960, the impossible became reality. Doctors implanted one of the world's first successful pacemakers into a human patient. The operating room was silent. No one knew whether the device would actually work. Then, the patient's heartbeat stabilized. The dangerous pauses disappeared. The heart began beating normally again. For the first time in history, a failing human heart could be controlled from inside the body itself. News spread rapidly across the medical world. Doctors were stunned. The pacemaker changed medicine almost overnight. Patients who once lived in fear of sudden death could suddenly live normal lives again. They returned to work, traveled, raised families, watched their children grow older, all because of a tiny machine quietly beating inside the chest. And over time, the technology became even more advanced. Pacemakers grew smaller, smarter, safer. Some modern devices are now smaller than a matchbox. Yet every second of every day, they silently keep millions of hearts alive around the world. And perhaps the most unbelievable part of the story is how it all began. Not with a grand plan, not with $1 billion experiment, but with a mistake. One wrong resistor, a tiny accident that changed medical history forever.